Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, and welcome to another edition of the Senate Podcast. I am your host, Neil. I'm joined, as always, by my brother from another mother and your host, Derek.
Hail, hail, hail.
And together, we come together and form the Senate. Now, Derek, first things first, let me start. Usually, you know, everybody that was waiting would have heard some, everybody that would have been waiting would have been hearing nice dulcet songs of some nice young men singing some acapella. And you were one of those young men. Yeah. So please let the people know about G-Syndicate, plug the best premier acapella group in the Western Hemisphere, in Barbados and beyond.
It's true. All over the world and other places, as I was saying. Yeah, G-Syndicate, you can find us at gsyndicate6.com. You can find us at G-Syndicate6 on Facebook, here on YouTube, or also on Twitter. And G-Syndicate6 on Instagram, but you got to spell out 6, S-A-X, you know, because somebody decided to want to use the Instagram more than me. So yeah, that's where you can find us. Gsyndicate6.com. I think I mentioned that before. But yeah, anything you want to find out related to us, check those sources. They'll have the information for you. Shout out the guys, Kia, Mal, Waden, Mark, Brett, Hugh, putting in good work all the time. The album is here. It's on Island.
Hey.
Just sure starting off a few things. Yeah, man. We making tracks. It's here. It's on Island. It's looking pretty nice. So we can get it out soon. Just making sure we got the little details in place first before we actually get cranking on it. So that's where we are right now. And live show, virtual show is in the offing as well. Just waiting on the editor to tell me what's up. And then we should be good to go.
The editor sounds like he would be under pressure if he weren't so well versed in what he does.
Yeah. The editor's safe, man. The editor's a good guy. For all reports.
All right. So now we obviously would have talked about G-Syndicate. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, you are watching the Senate Podcast. If you are new to the channel, please consider giving us a like, a subscription, hitting the notification bell to make sure that you don't miss anything. You could dislike as well. We can get into some things tonight. So give us a like, comment, dislike, comment, subscription. And let's get the conversation going. Let's get it going. Now, Derek, how are you doing, my brother? How is life? How is everything?
Yeah, man.
I know the answer to this already, but I'm
good, man. I'm all right. I had a good workout today. Then I actually got in a quick scrimmage. Only got a one game. Yeah, but that was good. I enjoyed that. So yeah, man, I am not feeling too bad at all, and I am ready to rock.
Yeah. So, me personally, I am good. Today was a somber day. And everything like that. Literally just got here, but I am filled, as I told you today, I am filled with unbridled purpose tonight. Obviously everybody knows why they're here. The incident that would have took place on Sunday, which we're going to be talking about today, and it really from the moment. Shout out my man Justin. Oh, good night to everybody that's watching. I see Cherish, I see Marley, I see Marley was here early. Ruben was here early.
Sometimes you gotta get checked.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
I see Steve, Cherish, Tango, Fox. Everybody that's joining us. If you are new, if you're a down for a day one, thank you very much for joining us. So yeah, for me, everybody know what we'll be talking about tonight. Obviously cover the Will Smith, Chris Rock incident. We're gonna really get into it. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, nobody's gonna be left unscathed in this. All parties involved have some level of culpability in this, and we will discuss the things. But Obviously, Derek, as you know, we're going to his monologue before this. We do this content every Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's live stream, and then we have the shorts. But that's neither here nor there. We can plug the show in due course. But usually, Derek would go for a monologue, and I asked Derek for 5 minutes before he monologues because I feel it incumbent to say certain things. One, shout out Justin Marvel. Justin Marvel shared it immediately as it happened. I wasn't watching the Oscars, but you know, he shared it in the group chat, and I watched and I saw, and after some research found that it was a real thing. It wasn't a skit, it wasn't a bit, it was literally an incident that happened, and immediately I was upset at Will Smith for several reasons, but we can get into that. But what I want to say before Derek starts is that out of this comes a positive, and the positive I saw over the last few days was the Black community, particularly Black Hollywood, and how they rallied around Will Smith and sought him to be accountable for his actions, and also for him to reach out to Chris Rock. And by reports, everything has been squashed. Now, obviously, that could be just hearsay, but I love, there's a video of Denzel Washington and Tyler Perry and some other, what you would call elders or stalwarts in the Black community, taking Will and speaking, I don't want to say some sense, but speaking some guidance into him in this situation. He obviously is wrong. Let's get out of the way. Spoiler alert, Will Smith is in the wrong. But I appreciate how the Black community, especially the men, rallied around a fellow man and guided him to be better and to do better, right? And to seek healing from this immediately, right? I just want to mention that because immediately when Justin shared it and I saw it, I was like, cheese on bread. Will Smith said about the Black community as one of the faces of Black excellence. He has said about the Black community. Now, if he could go up on the Oscar stage and slap another Black man, like, what we doing, right? But it was good to see that they rallied around Will Smith. They took Will Smith and they said, Will, that ain't necessarily the right way. You need to make this right. And, you know, we'll wait to see what happens in the next couple of days. No, ladies and gentlemen, of course, that is the positive I want to get out of the way, because I wish the Black community as a whole, the men and the women, would rally around the youngsters and let them know, here, tune, you ain't getting some right, you ain't getting some wrong, guidance all the time. I think it's incumbent of the elders, wherever you fall in that spectrum, whether you are an elder or a youngster, you either dispense information and knowledge, and you receive, if you're a youngster, information and knowledge. And as I always say, Derek, you don't stop learning, you don't stop teaching. When you're about to dead, you're gonna be learning and you're gonna be teaching, right? I got a bit of information today at the funeral, and it was amazing to me that even up to death, my family member was teaching, right? Like literally moments before she passed. So to me, I wanted that 5 minutes to say, it gave me hope for the Black community, that the Black community was still in some sense able to rally around him. And I wish that overshadowed the entire incident. Like people could see the elders stepping in for Will Smith and saying, here, tune, brother, that ain't the way to do it. You understand what I mean? Maybe you should step back and come again. So yeah, that's my one part, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. As I said before, you are watching the Senate podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Dislike, comment, share, subscribe. Every Tuesdays and Thursdays, what happens is Derek would post something on social media, but let's be honest, y'all know why y'all are here. Y'all know what we're here to talk about. So let's get into it. Derek, my brother, over to you. Lead us in sermon. Let us know what can we learn from this Will Smith, Chris Rock incident.
Yeah.
Let me get the ball rolling. Let me get the discussion going.
Yeah. Let me get it. What I've decided to do here, I'm gonna drip feed you this stuff because there's a lot of stuff to get on screen, right? So I don't want to overwhelm you, and then you're gonna be searching for things and all that there. So again, kind of drip feed it in between a little bit, and try to make sure that you're not overrun.
I mean, all right. While you talk.
So what are you doing?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm trying to send you some stuff and let it be known what it's the kind of cues that it give you to kind of inform you as when to put them on screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. How is everybody doing tonight, right?
Yeah.
It's been an interesting couple of days.
Boy.
Yeah?
To say the least.
To
say the least.
To say the least. to say the least. It's been an interesting couple of days. And let me get into it. There's a lot to unpack from what transpired at the Oscars on Sunday night. You see, I've come in, no hat tonight. I've decided that I am going to let my...
I'm glad you bring that up, right? I'm glad you bring that up, right? Because it's the same on Facebook, right? And I just want to say, hey, you're looking like a cue ball. Slap me.
Yeah, no, you don't worry about it. I'll do that
in due course.
Yeah. In due course, I will do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of what happened the fallout from what happened on Sunday night, it left me a little bit ashamed and concerned, right? Ladies and gentlemen, we witnessed one black man assault another black man. We just call a thing, right? It was assault. And in swimming through the various comments on the incident, I came to several conclusions, right? You know, my brain kind of takes over these things. And one of those conclusions was that we don't want to improve as black people, right? We are very comfortable with, and we even encourage redemptive violence and a tribal warfare mentality. And I've seen so many men and women, or let me go the other way, women and men defending this behavior. Not even know. I'm a little bit amused myself. So, Neil, I think we got some comments I would have sent you there, so if we could get them on screen.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let me get the first one here on screen for you. So you on screen, this is He Should Have Done It.
Yeah, he should have done it after, more of a surprise. He's protecting her honor. Also, was it staged for glamorization? In two minds, Will smirked. Huh. Okay, yeah.
Will should be slapping him.
Will should still be slapping him. Some people too out of timing. It's interesting. Okay, let me not preempt. Go ahead. People are used to talking shit virtually. His response is a real life response. Y'all be very loose with how y'all talk about people, loved ones. Right? And then we had another one. So at the end, it says, white people stay out our business. There are two drunk uncles fighting at the barbecue. It will be all right. LOL. Ain't nothing to LOL about this. That is another story. That, right? So tonight, folks, I am going to dissect all the things that we really saw on Sunday night. Because we saw a lot more than one man striking another man. Right? We saw a lot more than that. So let me get into it. Will Smith decided he wanted to turn the Oscars into the Source Awards. Yeah? And much like an episode of National Geographic, the world got to see black people in their natural environment and behavior. And if you look at the collage of the audience members, Neil, I would have sent you the collage there. You should get up on screen.
Yeah, give me one quick second here.
You can see, based on these people's faces, there was every one of those faces in that collage says a collective "What the F."
These are all live. This is from that, or this is a collage of
from
them?
that,
yeah.
From that incident.
Oh wow!
I can't do the mask that quick. You know, my mask a little shorty, right, Neil?
Mm-hmm.
So if you could do a quick count there, so that's how many people there?
That's 15.
15 people. 9 of those people are white, 6 black, right? And depending on how you kind of miscount the Rock, but you know that's his complexion. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it seems as if the assertion that black people have no behavior, you can't carry in away, is valid. And even Will himself, in a moment of blissful unawareness, confirmed this via a tweet after the incident, saying that you can't carry people from Philly and Baltimore and away, right? His son chimed in, his son tweeted and said, yeah, that's how we do it.
That's how we do it. Saying that was talking about peace earlier this year, when the Ukraine thing incident happened.
Yeah. But again, we got black people in got problem with violence apparently, right?
Not when it's to each other. Oh, no, sorry, my brother. Sorry, my brother.
We can get it.
Excuse me.
I guess Black lives don't matter.
Mm.
Violence against blacks doesn't matter when it's black on black, right? Be comfortable with one black man assaulting another black man under the guise of honor. I can come back to the honor thing in a bit, but let me press on, right? Let us be clear, folks. Let me be real clear. It was a joke, not an insult. Let me say that again. It was a joke, not an insult. Chris Rock didn't look at the audience and say, hey, Jada, you boy-headed heifer. That's not what he did. Just because you feel disrespected, right, folks, doesn't mean that you were disrespected. Sometimes we got to work on our triggers, right? And that's an internal, personal thing. Next thing, folks, everything is not a cause.
Mm. Mm.
Everything is not a cause for you to pull up your pitchfork and your little torch and you ready to storm the castle, or as we had a short couple of months ago, storm the room. Yeah. Dave Chappelle, he spoke about this in his Netflix special, right? Standing in victimhood, feeling as if you're above reproach and commentary. When did we as people become so thin-skinned that we can't just take a joke and keep it trucking? When and why did it become a case that only certain groups of people are untouchable in terms of commentary and comedy? Comedians have always given commentary on issues in popular culture. Always. Right? You go back to Richard Pryor back in the 70s, Don Rickles, their man. And I mentioned Don Rickles for a reason, because he's lighter complected. He doesn't match our hue. Okay? We have no problem jokes about racial stereotypes, particularly about white people. Let me talk the things tonight, folks.
That's what we're here to do.
Because maybe laugh at a joke about white people not cooking with seasoning, for example. What should the white people's recourse be? After all, those people have wives and husbands too. So when you talk and you make a joke about white people cooking without seasoning, the closest white person who's offended should feel that they have the right to come up and wring the hand of your jawbone, like Rudolphus in Days of Our Lives. That's what we're doing it. Yeah. Should all comedians now have to stop giving commentary for fear of someone who can't take a throwaway one-liner coming on stage? Is that where we at? It's alopecia, folks. Shoot, I'm suffering right now. Yeah? It's not cancer. Yeah? It's not AIDS. It's not terminal. I still here talking to things every Tuesday and Thursday on the Senate podcast at 8 p.m. on YouTube. Yeah? Like share, comment, subscribe. Good. Yeah? I still here. Yeah? And for those of you who will say, well, yeah, a woman's hair is her beauty. We cut that out right now, because guess what? Black women have cutting off the hair and the eyebrows for ages. Drawing the back on and playing on other people's hair. Right? Men suffer from it too. Showed up my man Steve. We joke about LeBron, Kevin Durant's male pattern baldness, but suddenly Jada is off limits. That's where we come to. You ain't gonna miss me with that, folks. Yeah? So let me talk about privilege, right? Victimhood. We talk a little bit more about victimhood. We talk a little bit more about privilege, right? Because these are the currencies that Will Smith used to avoid accountability and make this particular incident seem okay. And I saw a meme that said he was crying and he was consoled by the elders, right? The elders. Denzel, Tyler Perry, and Bradley Cooper. Those are the people who gathered to, wrap their arms around a disconsolate Will Smith. I said, Kadir, the meme man on stage made a joke about your wife. It's going to be okay. Tyler Perry is 52. Denzel Washington, man, we go the other way. Denzel Washington is 67. Tyler Perry is 52. Bradley Cooper is 47. Willard Smith, right? He's Willard, not William, right?
Yeah,
Willard Smith is 50 freaking 3. 50 freaking 3. With 3 adult children. He is a grown ass man, older than 2 of the elders who wrap their arms around him to console him. He has to know better. Up until Sunday night, Will Smith was a sympathetic figure in this whole debacle. Bulletproof. Not anymore. Will Smith's privilege allowed him to stroll back to his seat and hurl obscenities at the stage like nothing had happened.
He at him.
He live in room. Yeah? Imagine an ordinary audience member or one of the seat fillers doing that. Shoot, me and Neil, we go to the Oscars and we don't like when we hearing somebody say some junk about the Senate or Bajans, and we walk and say, hey, you can't talk about Rihanna, so what? Yeah? I turn around, smirk, and they going back to my seat.
And they say keep Rihanna name out your mouth. No, your mouth.
Effing mouth, you know what I mean? We would have been ejected from the venue with the quickness and more than likely subsequently charged. As a matter of fact, we would have been charged before that show was finished. Yeah? A privilege. I get a good body seat, sit down, breeze, everything cool. Security and ejectee. Nobody can tell you name. Bobby the after party, everything was good. Everything was good. All good in the hood.
My mom was partying with the Oscar too. I'm doing a little jig.
Yeah, everything good. Yeah. And here's the next part. Victim shaming and victim blaming is apparently all right if the victim is a black man. Because people actually say, hey, Chris Rock deserved to get this bad for making the joke. And shoot, because I, a little bit of a villain myself, I'm sending you one day we can get this one on screen now because, hey, I am who I am.
Right.
And my F's generally tend to be on silent. So let me read this one while you get it on screen, Neil Hoyt.
There, I love
Let
you,
me know when they can read.
There, I love you. Like,
Got you too, my brother.
we are cut from the same cloth. Don't let a boy tell you different.
I don't even think it cut.
We get you on screen here, so give me a second.
Yeah, same yards.
Yeah, we are. Right, so let me get
This is from a Bajan here in Barbados.
right. You
Who
on
had
screen?
to say this? I'm not gonna lie. Bill slapping Chris Rock is a reminder that every once in a while you need to put hands on a disrespectful mofo to remind everyone where the boundary is. Let me read that again. I'm not gonna lie. Will slapping Chris Rock is a reminder that every once in a while you need to put hands on a disrespectful mofo to remind everyone where the boundary is. Yeah. Now, folks, I want you to imagine if Chris Rock had made an equally emotional response to being physically assaulted. We would have witnessed 2 of our most prominent, best, and brightest reducing an international event. Yes, it was an international event. It streamed all over the world and other places. Reducing an international event to a brawl in a dub in St. Philip. Yeah? That is what we would have witnessed. Let me call this way it is again. Let me know. This was assault. Yeah? And big up my man Chris Rock. Everybody know, but you know y'all gonna know that I am a huge Chris Rock fan. Right?
Yeah.
Big up Chris Rock. As a matter of fact, he did a stand-up. He talks about this very thing. Can't kill black people in the way because we didn't say black people, they mess it up for everybody, right? 6 years ago, 2016.
Yeah, man.
6 years ago, the Smiths boycotted the Oscars. Why? Because the Oscars too white or something. So was the
Oscars so
hashtag.
white.
Oscars so white. Trying to get that.
You know, it's funny, right? Everything you've said so far, I got in my notes. We've not compared notes, but this is eerie.
I know how it goes.
Keep going, my brother.
Right? 6 years, only 6 years ago. Don't get in there yet. Only 6 years ago. We have been invited, and this is what we do. Big up my man Chris Rock for standing in his masculine frame and protecting black men's collective image by not responding physically on the night. Up until Sunday night, folks, Will Smith was a sympathetic figure in this whole debacle. Bulletproof. Not anymore. If this was Melissa McCarthy or Amy Schumer, two white comedians, would he have responded thusly?
If it was Tiffany Haddish, bitch, I can get.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yo.
If it was some more, Oni or Leslie Jones, black comedians, would he have done it? If it was Don Lemon, a gay black man, would he have acted thusly? Or if it was The Rock, at 6'5", 275 pounds, or even a 5'10", Mike Tyson, would he have acted thusly? If it was Bill Burr, a white comedian, or Jerry Seinfeld, well, Jerry Seinfeld may not make that joke, but Bill Burr, a white comedian,
Ricky Gervais,
very, very much in black popular culture, would he have acted thusly? I pause it here. Willard Smith would have sat quietly in his seat, continue to laugh, and Jada would be vexed till she get pleased. But as the old people tell you, strong wind no old house. Or as my man Cartel would tell you, don't be no who be frightened. Yeah. Will Smith became a bully on Sunday night and took advantage of the only person he possibly could outside of Kevin Hart. Chris Rock got a slap that was intended for Jada, August, and the entire internet and social media world. And now that I mentioned August, where was this energy, Willard, for August Alsina? If you wanted to protect your family, you need to start at the right table talk. Go home and burn that shit. Where was the need to protect his family when Jada goes to the right table and exposes all the family business? Where was the need to expose to protect the family when August goes on an interview and speaks publicly about his entanglement with, he didn't call it an entanglement, but his entanglement with Jada? And then the horrible icing on the bad cake, write a song about it and put the text receipts in the music video. No violence directed his way. As a matter of fact, both Will and Jada still refer to him affectionately as Og when they did the right table talk. Yeah. Let me just shift gears a little bit. We talk about toxic masculinity and patriarchy. Because those are terms that we love here on this channel. If you like him, if you agree with what we're talking about so far, put some ones in the chat. We here on the Senate podcast tonight. Some people been waiting for us to talk about it, so we can talk it. Yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, folks. Get the likes up. Are we looking on some ones there, Neil?
We're looking at likes are down, people. We only got 14 likes. Based on how many people watching, we should be a lot higher. So let's take a moment, like or dislike. It doesn't matter,
hit the like
or dislike. But
that's the admission for coming in tonight, right? Just hit the like button and let me keep it cranking, right? Toxic masculinity and patriarchy, Neil. It seems these things are only acceptable in the defense of a woman, right? So chivalry is okay. But there can be no chivalry without patriarchy, right? Suddenly we view Jada as a defenseless babe in the woods who needs to be protected. The only thing missing, Neil, from Sunday night was Will taking off a glove and challenging Chris Rock to a duel at dawn at about 10 paces.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let us not deceive ourselves, folks. This was not a man protecting his wife's or his family's honor. This was about ego. Him protecting hers, him protecting his. He's also assault, but I didn't want to say that again, right? But I'll say anyway, this is an assault, right? And since we're talking about honor, right? Because that's what we wanted to believe, there's this honor. Does Jada defend her husband's and her family's honor? Did she defend his and the family's honor with the entanglement? Did she defend his and the family's honor by going on the red table and saying she needed to learn how to love again? And, you know, after so long, he should know how to make her toes curl, etc., etc. Did she defend his honor and the family's honor, writing love letters to Tupac? And having her daughter, who came along after Tupac's death, writing letters to Tupac as well. Ladies and gents, this is not about honor. This is about ego. This was an assault. This was a man actively bullying another man on live TV because he knew he could get away with it. You cannot, rather should not, strike someone for talking. We say here in Barbados, so you can't hit me for talking out my mouth, but clearly you can, right? But here's the thing. Roasts are not unprecedented at the Oscars or any other award show for that matter. As a matter of fact, when you go to a show, it happens at the ESPYs, it happens at the Oscars, the Grammys. When a comedian hits the stage, you're a celebrity, you're a public figure, you in the first couple rows. You are fair game. This is known. Again, there was no precedent here. Well, up until the actual slap, that was a precedent being set, right? But what has happened? A throwaway one line and will now live on in perpetuity, right? Will Smith's long overdue win at the Oscars is now an afterthought and shrouded in controversy. So let me ask a couple questions. Does anybody realize that the MD, the musical director for the show, was one Adam Blackstone? And yeah, that's a funny sounding name, but that's a black man. Anybody realize that? Does anybody realize that the show itself was produced by Will Packer? A black man. Does anybody realize that an Oscar was also won by one Samuel L. Jackson? I'm like, no, he name. He is a black man. Yeah. And you win it for, cussing. Yeah, we get up on screen here so that people don't think they're telling lies, right? Shaquille O'Neal, I think he and Stephen Curry, they won an Oscar for something as well, too, on the night. Will Smith, in a matter of seconds, set back black people some 70 years. I was saying about 50 years, but then I realized, shoot, nearly 50, and that was here the other day. So at least 70 years. His actions on Sunday night. Boy, he is, or was, a representation of black excellence. A good-looking, rich, celebrated, until then, upright man who was being treated unfairly by his wife on a consistent basis. A man on the Mount Rushmore of black men. Let's let me be real. Martin Luther King, Denzel, Barack Obama, Will Smith. Most other black men have had their reputation sullied by scandals such as drugs and infidelity, some kind of violence and other indiscretions, right? But one emotional, impulsive move has now brought his career into disrepute. Up until Sunday night, Will Smith was a sympathetic figure in this whole debacle. Bulletproof. Not anymore. But let me get on to the man-woman thing. I try to get through this, Neil. I don't want to talk for an hour. I don't want to talk for an hour. I don't want to bore the people. But I want to make sure I cover everything. Hit the like button, folks. Rollo Tomasi. Rollo Tomasi talks about men needing to kill the beta inside before the beta inside kills you. You being right? And he says it's a matter of life and death. And if you don't, not me, but Rollo Tomasi, if you doubt that it's a matter of life and death, look at Willard Smith. Here we see a case of the beta inside. I don't really like to use beta and alpha terms, but the beta inside Will is actively killing him. Not physically, we hope.
Excuse me 1 second there. Keep going.
But the beta inside is actively destroying Will. That might be a better word to use. The past 2 years have been one fiasco after another because he has refused to step into his role as a leader of his family. Absolutely refused. For whatever reason, he's refused. Tiffany Haddish. She voiced what a lot of women thought. Tiffany Haddish said it was an excellent night. Not because Black people won awards and it was a show produced by a Black man and Black excellence was rewarded. Nah. Nope. Tiffany Haddish thought it was an excellent night. Why? Because a Black man resorted to violence in defense of his woman. Gentlemen, I wanted to get that video with her saying it, but hey, take my word for it. I don't tell me the lies when you choose on Thursday night come, right? I know that. See this. Let me share this with you guys as well. Coming out here, there, you get on screen soon. Well, give me a minute. We come to that. Gentlemen, let me talk to you here square, right? Stop letting women put batteries in your back for you to go and self-destruct. Now, I shared a story here a few weeks ago about a friend of mine whose wife got into a bit of an incident with a gentleman. And when she got home, she expected her husband would automatically go and represent her in the matter. But my guy made it very clear to her that she was the one with the issue and not him. And to expect him to represent her without any forethought or even knowledge of the details of the incident would be foolhardy at best, perilous at worst. Now here's the thing, folks. Bill was fine with the joke, right? Bill was fine with the joke. I'm going at your hair so unknown here. This is the one you can put on screen here now, right? This is what I coming through here now. Rest up on screen there. Will was fine with the joke. He had a hearty laugh until he saw his wife wasn't pleased. And in a matter of seconds, Will Smith went from having a hearty laugh to marching on stage, assaulting Chris Rock, and then shouting expletives at him from his seat and making the entire audience uncomfortable. Man, we need to stop putting ourselves in trouble by showing off for and defending women's honor, especially women who aren't deserving of that defense and protection. And I'll tell you why, right? I'll tell you why. He will have to deal with the consequences, not her. If Chris Rock chooses to press charges, he will have to deal with the consequences, not her. If the Academy chooses to take back the award, He will have to deal with the consequences, not her. And apparently that is a real possibility. They're talking about taking back the award. So again, let me hook you up, Neil. Coming out there, so yeah. If certain studios and other stars choose not to work with him, he will have to deal with the consequences, not her. His reputation took the hit, not hers. Everybody knew her reputation was a bit of a dumpster fire anyhow, leading into this show. So the only person that has lost any ground here with John Public is him. He lost the respect of his fellow celebrities and the public, not her. He is the A-lister, not her. He is the one with something to lose, not her. And the old people used to say all the time, right? Broker and merchant, don't care who shop right down. Yeah? When you have to lose, do not associate with people who don't have anything to lose, because guess what? You end up just like them. With nothing to lose. We have watched this guy limp from one fiasco to another, one disaster to another. And last night, Chris Rock got the slap that he couldn't give to her. Gentlemen, we spoke about this last week. Women bring value or chaos, no middle ground. And they said it in monologue. If you realize that you're going through life and you can't seem to get your foot right, you can't seem to make any headway dealing with certain things, ask yourself if there is some kind of chaos going on in your life. And a lot of times when you look, it might be right there in the bed next to you. This dude was cool, had a nice laugh, until I know he's going to be issuing apologies. He did issue an apology. You must say that. Because I am who I am, I will give Jack his jacket and I will read that apology for you guys. Yeah? So let me know when I can go, Neil.
Second. You can go right. Go ahead.
Right. Violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are part of the job. Joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. Yes, you did. You did. Emotionally. Men, stand in your masculine frame. Yeah. Power comes sometimes in the stuff that when you play cricket, right? As a batsman, sometimes you gotta know which, well, not sometimes, a lot of times, you have to know when not to play. And to see a ball, say often, say, no, what? A little too wide, let me just leave that. The only thing you can do is edge just stay and get out. And sometimes, a lot of times, this is what we have to know as men. You know what? Is this worth it? Nah, this ain't worth it. Leave it alone. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. This is really not public because you slapped the man in the face in front of millions. You should have apologized in your speech. But hey, I was out of line and I was wrong. Maybe we can accept the accountability there. I am embarrassed, and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. If you talk about that too, they went up on stage talking about you're a protective father like Richard Williams. I'm bringing God into this thing. I had a partner, my very good guitar player, my guy Darren, tell you straight, God is not the author of confusion. And this is confusion. I would also like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all the attendees and everyone watching around the world, I would like to apologize to the Williams family and my King Richard family. I deeply regret that my behavior has stained what has been an otherwise gorgeous journey for all of us. I am a work in progress. Sincerely, Will. You remember all of that stuff after the fact. This was your night. This was your night. And because you can keep your emotions in check, you've sullied it for yourself, family that you claim to protect, your wife you claim to protect, because guess what? The memes out of control the past 2 days. The Williams sisters, their father, the Williams family, all the people that work on that project, nobody gives a shit about the fact that you won an Oscar for that particular film. But more people know, have seen this slap than have watched the actual movie. I would put that to you. No. More people have seen that clip than have watched the movie for which you won an award. Yeah? Up until Sunday night, Will Smith was a sympathetic figure in this whole debacle. Bulletproof. Not any.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, you are watching the Senate podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Dislike, comment, share, subscribe. Hit notification bell so you don't miss anything. We do content for you 5 days a week. Of that content, we do this live stream every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. And then we do the shorts Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And yeah, so it's my turn to follow up, right? And you know, it's so interesting because I don't usually prepare for these shows tonight. I mean, I felt a need to put some things down so that I can talk about certain things that I've seen over the last 2 days. Now, Derek touched on most of what I was talking about. As a matter of fact, it's very interesting because of some of the places you went. I actually thought I was gonna be going there with myself, but you went there before me, and I appreciate the fact that we are on such a wavelength, right? But what I will do, ladies and gentlemen, is I will walk you through my entire feeling and thoughts on this, right? Now, Derek and I will differ very minutely on some of these details, but by and large, we are in agreement exclusively on this. Will Smith is wrong, and the reasons for him doing what he did are not necessarily so, pardon the pun, black and white. Okay? Now, as I mentioned before, Justin Marvel, shout out Justin, very good friend of mine. We host This Justin, a sports show every Mondays at 8 p.m. If you're into American sports, you could check that out. Justin sent this into the group chat, and I saw it, and I was upset, as I said at the top of the program, and I was really upset. Wait, I mean, in that moment, once I figured out that this was not a bit, that this was not a gag, that this was not played for laughs, because you know at these award shows sometimes, you know, people do things for a gimmick or a laugh, right? And when I found out that this was an authentic thing, I was flabbergasted to the point of I was very upset. I'm not gonna lie to you all. I was upset to the point where I felt like Will Smith was family to me. And the reason why I say that, because a lot of people may look at, because I got my notes, one of the things that I made mention to is that there were some people saying, you know what, who cares what two millionaires did at the Oscars in a room full of millionaires?
Now we got to care.
We have to care because these are two black people. These are two black men. The reason why that is important is because, and I'm going to get in, I can go off the rails here or there, but I can get there, trust me, right? Somebody said in one of the comments, especially the comment you made earlier about the person here locally that would have said sometimes you got to put hands on a mofo. Right. Somebody got under that and posted this. I'm going to read this, and I can tell you why what Will Smith did upset me so much. Let me see if I could find it here. Just bear with me 1 second. Oh, where is it? Right. The most disrespected person on God's earth is the black woman. Last week, I watched in horror as a dusty, crusty, dubsy, privileged man disrespected the most qualified Supreme Court nominee in modern history. Now, for a black man to make fun of a black woman's hormonal hair loss on national television, the world needs to stop and put some respect on black women's name, right? On black women. No, I am sorry to break it to you, and I'm sorry to... Exactly. That was exactly my terminology in my head. The reason why I have to correct people, and those of you that are watching, I understand and appreciate that you have strong feelings for the black woman, and as you should. Black women are to be protected and are to be upheld. However, I'm sorry to tell you this for anybody who's listening, the most disrespected person on God's earth, if there is a singular set of people that are disrespected, it would have to be the black man. Now, the reason,
and Sunday night proved it.
Sunday night proved it, because Will got up and slapped another black man. Chris Rock was vilified. There were some people that said Will Smith was a hero for defending his woman, right? In all of this, you know, some people did come and say, you know, Will should not have done it and stuff like that. But the reason why I say that black man is most disrespected is because I know I could go through the court system and how it is skewed toward destroying the black man. How, you know, if it comes to family and children, he lost. If it comes to going to prison and prison stays versus women, he lost, right? When you look at all of the systems in place, the system, fam, when you look at all of how the patriarchy disenfranchised the black man, if you look at how the same Will Smith get and cry on the red table and he was memed out of existence. Tyrese cried, yep. He was memed out of existence, right? Derek showed earlier that LeBron James and Kevin Durant and Ray Allen, there was another meme circulating about him, another basketball star. There are some NBA players' teeth that people just joke on, right? You can make fun of the black man, but you can't make fun of the black woman. So I ask y'all, who do you think is the most disrespected between the black man and the black woman? But that's neither here nor there. What upset me the most is, you see, if you destroy the black man, right? If you disrespect the black man, or you remove the black man from importance and regality in society, do you know what you have? You have defenseless black women. Who is going to defend the black woman then? And I know a lot of y'all going to say, well, we could defend ourselves, rated, boom, 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 ABC, all about this life. Because we as a community, we ain't doing so well in terms of mitigating our image, mitigating our wealth, mitigating our rearing of children. We ain't doing so hot out in these streets. So I posit to you, if the men are supposed to protect and defend as Will Smith did, and that a lot of y'all think he was right to do, you took out that black man. He's no longer in spaces like the Oscars to be in the position to win awards, to have platforms to talk about things happening in Ukraine from the perspective of a black man, to have men like Denzel Washington, Tyler Perry, and those guys that got and told him no. Well, Derek said that they said, you know what, I commended them because they were able to broker some understanding between the two men. And I think that was important. Now, Derek came from it from what they said, but I ain't getting into that. To me, I go by results, and the results are he apologized to Chris. Apparently, they had a conversation behind the scenes, and everything is squashed. Now, obviously, this could be hearsay just for the camera, but the point is I am hoping, I'm going in good faith, that there has been some understanding and some resolution to it to start that healing process. The men might never be friends again, but the point is, there could be some type of healing on that. But yeah, if you take the black man out of this thing, right? The black man, second most disenfranchised people, because y'all talk about the black woman, right? If y'all really are the most disenfranchised people on the planet, imagine if there's no black man to defend and protect y'all. Imagine if there's no Will Smith to go on stage and to stop the barbarian at the gate. Then what? Then what? So, excuse me, miss me, as the young people say, with that BS about the black woman is the most disenfranchised, because we got to be at the gates to stop what's coming, not winner. So they attack us and they downgrade us and they break us down. Yeah? So I had to make mention to that. Now, I can start from the top. Now, this is a serious thing, right? Now, there were a lot of memes, a lot of jokes. You know, essentially, there's a lot of kiki and haha. But it's a very serious thing for the black community, as I mentioned. Tiffany Haddish went up to Jada Pinkett Smith and said, "You better suck his dick from the back, girl." Now, Bill had private counsel for Denzel, Tyler Perry, Diddy, and I'm sure many, many others. Shoot, even people that were not in the black community reached out to Will to say, "Will, you made mistakes. You need to own up to it. You can get past it, right? Don't worry about your career. Don't worry about anything. We got you." You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure a lot of women would have reached out to Jada to at least support her and comfort her in that moment. Because let's not forget, as much as Will Smith went on that stage and his career is in jeopardy, Jada Pinkett got to feel it because she is literally the catalyst for all of this. Tiffany Haddish not only said that you better suck his dick from your back tonight, girl. She made it public. That's how I know. That's how we know what she said, because she went to People magazine and she told people what she said.
Class free.
Right? So I'm going to say this. And you know, it's funny because, again, today I had a family funeral, a matriarch of a section of my family. She passed away. And it was glowing to hear. And I know her. She, you know, my grandmother and her were sisters. Right? Those older women educated the younger women. My great aunt that passed today made sure that all of her granddaughters, her daughters, carried themselves in a particular manner, got their education in a particular manner, carried themselves with respect. Now, obviously, if they take it on, they don't take it on, it don't matter. The point is that there was wise counsel from the matriarch to the younger generation of women in our family. Let's liken that now to the biggest. Thank you very much for the condolences and everything. I appreciate that. But let's widen that now to the black community. I commend the black men in black Hollywood that rallied up. Shoot, the supporters of the black community came and rallied around Will. Good, bad, and different. He made a mistake, and this is important. This is important because we made mistakes. We are human beings. I personally believe Will is going through a lot. I think that because of don't get tired, he is dealing with a lot. I can get him that a little later, but he's going through a lot. Will made a mistake. He was wrong, but he made a mistake. Part of the human condition is to make mistakes. And I think also part of the human condition is to rally and support around men that make mistakes. And so, we saw black men immediately after the incident, at the first opportunity, rallied around him and supported him. What do we have to show from Jada Pinkett's side, from the women's side? Better suck his dick from the back tonight, girl. Shoot, I'm going to go on a bit further, right? Because it goes on to say, right, so Derek covered that the most, right? I covered that. I'm going to read this, right? This is from Dr. Umar or something, I can't remember, but the point is, these words were from a respected person in the black community. He said, "Whether you feel it was warranted or not, the truth is that black women must be respected and protected by any means necessary." That quote that was made famous by Malcolm X, by any means necessary. Shout out to my Philadelphia brother Will Smith for standing up for his queen. Whatever we claim to know or think about their marriage, he made it clear to the world tonight that he loves his wife beyond measure and will do anything to protect her. You can say that it wasn't the right time or place, but who gets to dictate when it's acceptable to protect the black woman? To defend the honor of our black women is something for which we should all be willing to die. Additionally, shout out to Denzel Washington for championing Will's right to win the award tonight, despite also being up for the same nomination. To hold up your brother against one's own desire is essential, is the essence of selfishness. These two men demonstrated honor, black brotherhood, and service to black women tonight. The fact that they did it in front of the Hollywood elite on one of the grandest stages with the entire world watching, makes it the impact more powerful. Salute to my brothers. Now, this is absolute bullshit.
Praise Jesus. Say how they did the same to you.
Yeah. That's why I say, I know anyhow, we can talk off here about something you told me earlier and how we get into it, right? But anyhow, that is absolute bullshit. By any means necessary. You see, I understand.
Take a penny, not to cross you, but you see that by any means necessary for Malcolm X. It is also, Malcolm X also brought the black woman is the most disrespected and unprotected. That's a Malcolm X line as well.
Right.
So you see where it's coming from.
Right. No. He made mention to that is BS. This is why he says so, because at the end of the day, Will Smith went on stage in front of the world and slapped another black man. Derek said it perfectly, because I had it in my notes to say it too. Will didn't get up there. I posit to you, Derek was not going up there and slap 5 other black people. Will wasn't going up there to slap me if I was on stage. Will didn't get up there to slap Derek if he was on stage.
Believe it.
Right?
But no, he could slap me.
Derek, but you don't understand what I mean.
Trust me.
No, because
he can slap me. That's fine.
But don't understand what I'm. Hold on.
But I ain't gonna work another day in my life. I ain't gonna work.
You done with that?
Eden ain't gonna work. Eden children ain't gonna work. Believe it.
Shoot. We do the Senate all day.
All day.
Right?
All day.
But on a serious note, Will Smith went and slapped another man. It was shared to me. The entire incident was shared to me, and the feed was in Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
So this wasn't a nationally televised show. This went all over. Shoot, this probably hit Mars sometime yesterday. But you know the distance and everything. But I guarantee you know it in the solar system. Right? Will Smith went and slapped another black man on stage. He wasn't going to slap any other black man. He wasn't going to slap Kevin Hart. He wasn't going to slap The Rock. He wasn't going to slap Ricky Gervais. He wasn't going to slap any black, white, Hispanic, woman, dog, cat. He didn't slap nobody else but Chris Rock. Right? That's a problem. Because Derek talked about toxic masculinity, and it's amazing because I thought it was going to come with something unique with the toxic masculinity angle, but we in it, we know. But I posit to you, right? What he did is exactly what toxic masculinity is. Toxic masculinity is using your masculine energy for your own selfish benefit to the detriment of others. So let's say men are to provide, men are to protect, men are to defend. He went up and slapped a man. And as much as Chris Rock tell a joke, right? Chris Rock went up there and tried to defend himself. Chris Rock did not have any clue until he got the slap.
None.
That, a matter of fact, he realized he get slapped probably 3 seconds after he got slapped, that he know he was in danger. So,
because it's so absurd, Neil. You would not think that, somebody would just come. Andy Source Awards.
The Oscars.
Yeah, you 3-piece suit.
Everybody got on $100,000 suits, $1 million suits. Everybody is dressed to the nines. Will Smith put a list, because I follow him on Instagram. He put a list of what he had on, and trust me when they tell you he didn't wear cheap clothes. And I can guarantee you that blue suede tuxedo that Chris Rock had on, then cheap neither. He went out there and slapped the brakes off of Chris Rock. That is using your power and influence for nobody other than yourself, because he walked
and then saunter back to you.
You slap the man. Listen, again, I'm gonna say this: the black man is the most. Hold on a minute, there. The black man is the most disrespected person on the planet, because we are all. That man gets slapped on the Oscars, and he turned his back to him and walked away. Nobody don't know, right? For those of you watching, those women that are watching, when you slap a man, you don't back your door. You think I can walk up? You think I can walk up to a man? I cannot walk up to a man on the stage. I will go slap him and do a little walk back a couple steps and then turn and go when I realize I'm at a safe enough distance that, I've seen the threat coming if it were to come. Will Smith slapped him and walked right back to his seat, not even adjusting his coat. Sat down in the front seat and swore to his heart's content, Oscar's life be damned. He not only disrespected Chris Rock, he not only disrespected the black community, you know, he didn't only disrespect himself, you know. He did not only disrespect the work that people did on King Richard, you know. He did not only disrespect the Williams family, you know. I posit to you he disrespected Jada as well.
Yeah.
Because that is not conduct incumbent of a black man of his status. I mean, would you want a man? Let me talk the things, right? I know a lot of women saying, "Oh yeah, I get you a man like Will Smith and this, that, next, right?" That sounds good in theory until you say, you know, at the Oscars, where your husband front and center for the biggest award, individual award for the night. After you have boycotted the Oscars in 2016, talking about Oscars so white, you have literally been in the front to champion black people having a visceral representation at the Oscars. For their work, hard blood, sweat, and tears that men like Sidney Poitier that passed away the other day, Harry Belafonte, and all of the other black men would have worked so hard. I can put in Malcolm X and Martin Luther King too, Dr. Martin Luther King too. Lena Horne and all of them, Mammy, the woman that played Mammy and all that win Oscars. Black people. Denzel, the same Denzel, all of them that win Oscars before. Halle Berry. You all claim to be representative of Black Lives Matter. But your man defended you, right? Your man slapped the brakes off another black man in front of everybody in the world. Yeah? Now, to me, this is how I move. I'm sure Derek's cut from a very similar cloth, right? If I were sitting next to my wife and someone made a poor joke about her, I see her displeasure, that ain't no problem. The very first opportunity I have to speak with that man one-on-one, we will have a conversation. And depending on how he answers me in their first two sentences, we can either talk it out like men or go outside and handle it like men. But the point remains is that you, the people that are watching, the cameras and men in Japan ain't gonna know about what happened between me and Chris Rock.
Yeah. And he already showed that he got a loud voice.
Right.
So you say keep my wife's name out your mouth and let her be there.
Right. So in my opinion, right, if you thought that what Will Smith did, if you are under the sound of our voice, or you think whatever Will Smith did on that night was a justification of defending the black woman, you are sorely mistaken. That's not defending the black woman. You have left the black woman wide open to further attacks from other races, from other opinions, and any propaganda that comes down the pipeline. You think North Korea and them places ain't showing that they over and over in their propaganda saying, well, look at these Americans, look at these black people. These are unruly. Y'all understand where it coming from? This ain't defending nobody here. This was a selfish act on Will Smith's part. Solely and solely selfish. This had nothing to do with no one other than himself and his feelings for his wife. Yes, you can defend your wife. You see, Erica said it in the chat. There's nothing wrong with defending your wife, but it's how you do it. You have to, you as Will Smith, you ain't representing Will Smith on that night. I'm sorry to tell you, I know you're not. I know they say that you are not a role model for anyone, and there's no one saying that you're not a role model, you're not a whatever, but you're a representation though. You are a representation. I don't care if you want that responsibility or not. The point is with certain things comes certain responsibility. Shoot, let me carry the Spider-Man and those who watch and read comics, watch comic movies and saying, with great power comes great responsibility. With great fame, fortune, and status, which is power, comes great responsibility. You cannot go around and slap whomever you like. And I posit to you that he operated from a very feminine energy, a very feminine perspective. Why? We've always seen that the first thing women do in movies, television shows, etc., is to either throw a drink in a man's face or slap him. There's no talk. They operate on feelings and emotions. So when a man can say, well, I hope to see you in G.I. Jane 2. Your feelings were hurt when you saw your wife and you walk him and save and slap somebody. You did not process and logically assess. You were so far out of your masculine frame that you unwittingly felt the feminine energy to go out there and slap a man. Now, I'm not saying, women, that energy that y'all have is right or wrong. That is your energy. Your energy is emotion based and you react based on that. But for a man to do it if Jada Pinkett Smith had walked up there and slapped him, honestly speaking, I would even get a half applause. Yeah, right. But you know what? She defended herself and she operated from her feminine perspective and energy. Yeah. A man doing that. The Oscars have gone on for 94 years. You think Will Smith and his wife is the first to get roast?
I'm saying she is the first. No precedent was set.
So I am sorry to say this, and this leads me to my next point here. And I have to big up a friend of mine, Carrie-Ann, Dr. Carrie-Ann. Here, we had a conversation about this, and she told me about this, and I never thought of it from this direction. Derek spoke about it earlier, but I can kind of bring it home. He is in an unhealthy space, an unhealthy marriage, because his wife does not protect and defend his emotional energy. His wife does not guard secrets and the nurturing emotion of their relationship. Will Smith has been on the settee, as we say here in Barbados, since he was a teenager. He has been famous for God knows how long. He and his wife were married for nearly 30 years. Up until 2 years ago, we had no clue about what was going on in their relationship. None. We speculated, there were rumors, but nobody could definitively say they knew what was going on in the walls of their mansion until the Red Table Talk came about. Until she started talking about she don't know how to love Will. Until she started talking about how she loved Tupac. Until she started talking about August Alsina and entanglements. Until she started talking about how Will don't know how to, up to now, Will has spoken all around his relationship about love, parenting. He's spoken all around that until 2 years ago, where he has been forced to talk about things. You see, we talk about traditional gender roles, right? In marriage. Right? A man is to protect, defend, enforce, protect, provide. Right? What is a woman's role? We say nurture, but you know what? I thought about it, right? And I thought about it long and hard. A woman's role is also to protect, defend, enforce, and protect. And to provide. You know what she's to do? Emotional energy. A man is very labor intensive. He's a doer. He's a man that tactile with his hands. You want a lion kill, he ain't gonna do it. You want food hunt for, he can do it. You want man up on the roof, he can do it. Right? I'm not saying women can't do these things. Don't come for me with that. But follow my narrative here. Right? What does a woman do? She rears the children. And I know on the surface it sounds like, what? So we good for child rearing? In rearing of children, you have to be a nurturer, emotionally, physically, and mentally. That is a huge role. You have to protect and defend your house and the vibes and feeling in it, the emotional and mental wherewithal in that household. You, as a woman, are to protect and defend. Your man coming with bad energy, your role is to tell him whether hard or soft. However, in your nurturing way, is to leave that outside. If you say you man come home in a bad mood, fix him a plate, rub his back, listen to his problems, listen to his day. You understand? That is a woman's role. To protect, provide, defend, and enforce emotional and mental stability in a relationship. But Jada isn't doing that. She hasn't done that now. Well, for what we have seen recorded in 2 years. So Will is out of sorts. He's out of whack because Will don't know what to do with himself to the point where he get up on stage and slap him in. He don't know what to do with himself. He's so far outside of his masculine frame. All because, and I know some people can come and say in his book, he got triggers and he got wrong or biggin and everything like that. And I appreciate that. Everybody come in damage too. But Will in a relationship, Will spends most of his emotional energy and effort on his family, particularly Jada. She is responsible for his emotional, mental peace and stability within the confines of the relationship.
And no degradation.
Right? Exactly. So when you as a man can look at your woman and see her displeasure and feel that you can go on the stage, one of the highest stages in the world, with millions of people watching around the world, as a representative of a minority and this disproportionately disenfranchised, oppressed group of people. As a face and representative of the highest order of those people, you could go and slap another black man in defense of her. Brother man, that ain't masculine. For anybody watching, that ain't masculine. That is not masculine energy. Men are calculating physically. Men understand the threat of violence. Men understand a man is not going to randomly go and slap another man unless he's planning to defend it. And he wasn't planning to defend it. You know why? Because he know Chris Rock didn't do jack crap. Whether he's a professional, whether he think he could take him, whatever you want to, whatever, right? But he knew that Chris Rock didn't do nothing. They ain't gonna slap Rock, Mike Tyson. We could go, we can list, as a matter of fact, it is easier to say to people that he would slap, that he would not slap. And that's Chris Rock. That man is so in such an whether he got his triggers, his history and past that he needs to deal with, he can deal with that. But the last 2 years has not helped him. Derek always says a gallon jug can only hold 1 gallon. That man at about 15 gallons right now. So, in my opinion, right, there are a lot of things here that Will needs to address. And one of those things is Jada's role in his life and the effect that she has on him. Now, I'm not saying she is necessarily directly responsible for him going up and slapping Chris Rock. And like she said, I am, hold on there, hold on. She did not mandate him to go and slap that man. But to say that she has absolutely no bearing on the incident, like if Will Smith, that is like Chris Rock come out there and say, Will Smith, use at bear jump, and he get there and slap. And that's another thing too. Will Smith didn't slap in nobody. No one, if the joke was about him. He is so twisted in his masculinity to protect and to defend that he don't even know when and where and how to defend his wife. Look at where the source coming from though. We taught all the time. The man is the king, but he got a queen and the queen is counsel. Well, if that is the fact, look at what the man do in defense of his queen. So, let me go down the line here. Let me try to be quick because I know we want to get to thing. I thought about Black Lives Matter. My feelings on the incident. Talk about that. Will is wrong. Of course, we know that. Talks to my city. Talk about that. Chris Rock. The joke was inappropriate with Chris Rock, but he's a comedian known for that. Freedom of speech. What about Dave Chappelle? Dave Chappelle just get booked there the other day. Talked about the trans people. Right? And they had a big back and forth. And a lot of people, especially in the black community, came to Dave Chappelle's defense simply because he, as a genius comedian, it should be afforded the right to speak about any and everyone. Transgender people don't walk to Dave Chappelle and slap in the face.
They pretty much can though. But they don't do it.
Yeah, because then people know time and place. Right? I'm not going to speak about her condition because her condition is her condition, and how she feels about her condition is how she feels about the condition. Who am I? I mean, I saw a report saying that she's made a joke of it and made light of it before and whatever, but you know what? I don't know that journey. I don't know what she's going through with that. It may be a source part of contention for her, but the point is, don't get there and slap nobody. Anyhow, I spoke about the defense of thing. He's an unsafe man thing. I think that's the end of my points. Ladies and gentlemen, I think what we can learn from this is women, you have a lot of power. I know it seems like we are misogynists and we just get here and rag on the women a lot, right? And we are narcissists. But believe you me, Derek and myself, we really do see the power women have. Healthy, well-functioning and rounded women. It's we understand that a woman that has your best intentions and is willing to defend and protect your emotional and mental stability and nurture that, and nurture all of the seeds and the products that come from that, whether it be children, assets, whatever. We understand that that is her role and her function, while I go and slay the dragon. So that's all we ask, you know. If I go out there and slay the dragon, at least lick my, not lick my wounds, cater to my wounds when I come home. But to me, it looks from where I sit that Jada has not protected and defended Will. And whatever is going on with Will Smith, where she is contributing to that, it has Will Smith in such a, you know, Derek, I'm going to paint a picture for everybody so that they can understand what I'm talking about, right? Understand this. Will Smith was not merely attending the Oscars, cheering on Denzel Washington and Samuel L. Jackson and other black people in the community. This man was up for Best Actor. And based on the entries and the
most
feedback,
people knew he was going to win.
Right? If you thought that was a surprise to people in the audience, he slapped a man and still won the award because the Academy could not take it back. If they could, they would. But they didn't. You understand? And so, Will Smith on a night where he knew he was going to be, because the Best Actor is either the Best Picture or Best Actor is the last award of the night. Everybody waiting for this. And you are going to be celebrated to a standing room only. You chose, you didn't even think about that. You were so out of your masculine frame, you did not see. Forget the black community, forget the optics of it, forget. You didn't study that this
yourself
is the crowning moment of your career. This is the defining award, most coveted award in film, and you were on the cusp of winning it. But that don't matter. Or my woman just get tell she ball. Because my woman, and she feeling, so I can be in my feelings too. If that ain't toxic masculinity, people, I do not know what is. My wife and my feelings, therefore I am in my feelings and I'm going to act on my feelings and go and slap a man. We cannot operate like that. So men, stay in your masculine frame. Right? There, I said it already, but I'm going to say it again. Stay in your masculine frame. I understand if your woman has been offended, there are ways and means to deal with it. You can go and have a conversation with that man in private at the exact moment that you can. First opportunity you can go and do it. But when you go, because what? We talking about Chris Rock should sue this and that and the next and the third, right? I buzz it to you. Suppose Will Smith went and slapped that man and that man say, well, I bought this life. And he and Will got into a brawl on stage and
John Monkey for Saturday night. We mad.
Exactly. John done. Suppose Will Smith went up and slapped that man. And that man said bet. As soon as he turned his head, that man slapped, he crossed his head, punched him in his face, and stomped him out. Forget the optics about how it looked like these men brawling, right? What's that man put Will Smith in the hospital for slapping he?
Will Smith gonna take it though.
But
you're gonna take it.
But hold on. The point I'm trying.
After you slap a man in his face, anything that comes to you after that, you gonna take.
Listen, I have been front and center of seeing men spit on other men. I may slap and punch other men first and solicited sucker punch and saying, and it ain't well for the man that do sucker punching or spitting on. You do not spit on a man, nor do you sucker punch a man. You afford the man the courtesy of defending himself. If that man talk out of pocket, no problem. But you got to rise above him as a man. And you got to afford him the courtesy to defend himself. You like to talk shit? But let me deal with it as men. Men operate from a space of a positive masculinity and stay in your frame. Do not walk about slapping people, particularly because of the feelings of you or your woman. Go and talk to that man. Impress upon that man how it has affected you or your wife. And if that man wants our out of pocket right there and then in private, behind closed doors, then you see with a problem. Anytime I see you is on site and is on site. You understand? Women, the power you have, as I was saying earlier, you have to be very careful of it. You see, we created this space for many reasons, and one of those reasons is that we see in a lot of women understand that they have this power of emotional nurturing and emotional degradation if they choose. And a lot of women are choosing emotional degradation. And emotional degradation looking is not things like your dicky small and, you know, use an idiot and doing a real man and this and that and next and third. Women doing that, but that's not it. Degradation of emotion and feeling unsafe emotionally within your relationship can also look like talking about how you have gone behind your husband and done things that were not supposed to be in your relationship. Where you talk about things how, yeah, I don't know how to love this man. This man don't do it for me sexually. Whether you talk to him about it or not. There are things Derek and I have spoken about behind the scenes that pertain to how we move as men, whether it be on the basketball court or whether it be, we talk. When they know though, if I told Derek something in confidence, if I said, well, Derek, I don't think, and this is hypothetical, of course. If I said, Derek, I don't think that you're the man suited to do this podcast with. I don't like how you speak. I don't think you can put together a coherent thought. I feel unsafe with you as my partner. And we talk it out. We come to some concession and we are here delivering this content to you. Now, if I go and tell you that in public, like, I didn't know what Derek at first, Derek, like, he can't speak. Derek, like, he stutter all over the words and he can't come up with a coherent thought or anything like that. Well, how Derek can look at me as a partner in a venture? How can Derek trust me as a friend, as a confidant? Because you talk to your partner about it, and because you have confided in your partner, having those as what is that Ramel calls them, the candid conversations. Ramel, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but remind me. But those hard. Say again.
The courageous conversations. The courageous conversations. Right.
The courageous conversations, the unsexy conversations. Because you've had the unsexy conversations with your partner behind closed doors, does not mean that it's okay if like you hash it out. I tell you, well, babe, you ain't good at sex. I don't think you could do it for me. We need to work on this. All right, babe, I can work on this. And it get better, it get worse, it don't matter. What gives you license to go and tell people about that? How does that benefit your relationship? How does that improve your relationship? It does nothing for your relationship. Now, I know they may be coming from this whole, we're trying to show people the pitfalls of marriage and how a life partnership works and this and that and next. There are ways to dispense information without telling your business out there, though.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, before I hand it over to Derek, because I know we got to get into the chat and everything like that, this is where we have come to in our community, right? Nothing is safe. Nothing is sacred. Everything is up. Right? We can say what we want. We can do what we want. We have no boundaries. There's nothing. We can do as we like. Meanwhile, everybody else is looking at us and laughing. We're the butt of jokes because while there have been a million memes in the last 2 days about Chris Rock and Will Smith, what I see is 2 memes about 2 black men, prominent black men, the best of our black community in some regards. And so what I want people to understand is that both men and women have a purpose. Both men and women have their power. Both men and women are equally the prize. Black men and black women are disenfranchised more or like, in the West, we ain't shit. They don't treat women with a lot of respect out here. We black men gotta defend our women physically, and y'all black women gotta defend us emotionally. What are we doing? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are watching the Senate podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Just like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything going on. Yeah, this one, Derek, for me is a hard one, and it is hitting me a little harder than before because I think people are glossing over some very salient points here. Talked about it ad nauseum just now. But we talk about accountability in this space. We talk about so many things in this space from the perspective of men. And from what we see, there's no accountability from women. You see, there's no will to protect and defend our nurturing energy, our emotional energy. Right? And from what I see from Will and Jada, if I were Will, I would seriously contemplate Jada going. Divorcing Jada.
You should have.
Whatever
it's
that
been a while.
Right? Because while she is not
maybe too late for that. I think that train might have been passed. At this point, you gotta write that out. You know what I mean? You say that in it for life, you ain't getting divorced and all that. She knows that she can do whatever, and that's cool. You know, you may be hard until you go lay down it hard. And at this point, who is Will going to deal with going forward? He got to do so much healing to get past this particular relationship, right? He is so no. This is like the epitome of toxicity, right? You talk about toxic femininity, and people tell me that ain't a thing, right?
Of course,
this
it ain't a
is
thing. Of course, it's not a thing, Derek. Because
right.
But hold on. Sorry, Derek. Not across you. Toxic femininity is not a thing, but alpha female is a thing, though.
Yeah. We know this, of course. With just one look, she was able to get him to start laughing and go up on stage and do what he did, right? But you know what? Let me dive in the chat because there's some very interesting stuff going on in the chat. I really want to get into. I found interesting. Somebody says LBH, I suppose, or LBH. I don't know how you pronounce that, but I ain't want no man.
Yeah, go ahead. I know her.
Yeah, I want a man that defended me at an event over that ish. Yeah, Jason, got to keep your head on a swivel. There was a lot that we missed in this chat, right? Cherish, how can Willer defend a woman who holds no honor for herself, title of wife or not? There are no consequences for her actions, but other people should have consequences for theirs. Yeah, we talked about that. I am a woman that would still be beating him all now. I still say straight, might stand across the back of his head. The absolute gall and privilege. Yes, that's what it was. No, man, and he's slapping someone in the face is quite a disrespectful thing. Believe it. The only thing worse is spitting, says Jason. That's a fact. Street behavior. Fact. The embarrassed who it ain't going to work with me, says Samara. So she might not have a problem with it. And that's the thing. People saying that she didn't stop him. She wouldn't. She got him to get up and do that. So why would she stop him then? You know what I mean?
Well, hold on.
As I said,
go ahead. Right. So what I would say is this, right? Even because I heard this too. But even if it was a case where she made it look, but it wasn't the intent for him to go up and slap, let's be honest, right? The incident happened so boom. Like it would happen so quickly. By the time she would have made a move to stop Will, that man was halfway up the stage already. You understand? And plus, she didn't know what he was gonna do. Everybody acting like Will Smith is the only man. Him and God are the only people that knew what he was gonna up there and do to Chris Rock. Chris Rock said, and he walked in, man. Chris Rock. I personally, when I watched the clip in real time, I thought he was gonna hug the man.
I thought he was just gonna talk to say, keep my wife. He said from your seat. I thought he was gonna see up close in person,
right? But so my thing is that this whole Jada could have stopped him. Nobody but Will Smith and God could have stopped him. That was set in motion, and he is ultimately the architect of his demise. So,
Jason says even the street got cold, and that's true. Ruben and Jada was turned on with the thug passion. General Anubis, welcome. I don't know who you are, but welcome. Good to see you. Hope you've hit the subscribe button, and we hope to see you on future shows going forward. I remember Chris at another award show, and a gay guy won an award. Chris said, "No jokes here. I like my job. Thank you." As he should. Right? That's one of them protected groups. Go to therapy and take some sedatives. Yeah, that was Will's therapy on Sunday. Unfortunately,
toxic therapy.
Yeah, go and talk your shit out on a couch, man. Don't walk about abusing people. Everybody can take it to light. Yeah. Leanne Rivero, hope you hit the subscribe button as well. I am not convinced this wasn't all on that. Yeah. A lot of people saying that too, but
hold on. If this was all on that makes it even more despicable because there are more forces at play than just pure benefit.
And you sent two black men to embarrass yourself and them take the money. Right? So, Vaden, big up my boy Vaden in the chat. Vaden says, personally not a fan of the group identity thinking. As he stand up, I was yanking him back down. You ever think? He'd be like, okay, so sweetheart, are you going to just sit back down? You know, but it don't very much that was it. As a matter of fact, when he was giving his speech, you saw her in the background being very supportive of the things he was saying and clearly very proud of his actions, right? So as Ruben is saying, shoot, maybe the thug energy turned her on a little bit, you know what I mean? Marley, ain't take a sedative to work. If someone pisses me off, I go in the toilet and pop 2 sedatives and calm my ass down, and I'm crazy. He doesn't say that. Cherish, she probably didn't hold him back when he started walking to the stage. She didn't want to protect him. We can get to that in a minute because I saw some interesting things down the line. If Chris talked about Willard's ears, would she have gotten up and slapped him?
But that's not her role. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. No, I saw this too, and I'm glad somebody bring it up. That is not her role. I know we talk about equality and stuff like that, right? But women and violence ain't the same as men and violence. A woman, that is not a woman's role. If Chris was to say, your ear's big, and Will to feel away, her role is to speak life into him and tell him everything will be okay. Heal his emotional wounds. The better question would be, would she have done that? Will ears big. But she'd be like, my babe, you know, that's low hanging fruit. You know, he's a second-rate hot comedian. Don't worry about him and that is your big name or whatever. Or would she have said, well, true, your ears big? That is the better question.
She probably would have. Who knows? It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Nearly agree with you, says Charmaine. Big up to you, Charmaine. Good to see you as always. Marley says, Cherish, she can't hold back a man twice her height and triple her weight. Now, we all know that ain't really true, right? Because she ain't say a word and she get you to get up on DC. Yeah? She didn't say a word, but she got him to move. What he does affect society. Yeah, don't let loyalty make you look foolish. You have your name and reputation because before you have a wife. Yeah, the wife is in the neck. Hold his hand and tell him not like this. Yeah. She gassed him right up and left him open to ridicule from around the world. Yeah, people talk about him, not her. This is exactly what he said. She gave him a look and he got another look. Yeah, fact. Yeah. Not going to the feminine energy, mental unstable. Yes, that was more a compliment than anything. I don't know about North Korea, but it was on the news in China.
Was it Japan? I tell you, the feed I get was from Japan. Yeah,
it made the news. Yeah, I got a video for Japan as well. But if it made the news in China, we then don't really process.
Yeah. And that goes to show.
Marlon says.
No, I was gonna say.
Marlon says.
Oh, we got
a real body thing. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and that is even proof positive of why it was such a bad look. Because if China don't really show nothing to do with the West, having been there, they may not show nothing to do with the West, but they can show things that can make West look shippy though. Sing.
Yeah, Marlon says the man said JJ and not Debbie does Dallas. It's not like the boy looks bad on her.
That's the thing, you know. I mean, but you know what? At the end of the day, the woman got she insecurities. I ain't touching that because at the end of the day, I don't know what it's like. I don't know what I'm feeling like. I got I'm well coiffed. I don't know that life.
His move is impulsive and shows that he's out of control. His life, not even his wife. A logical man would have diffused her emotions without moving from the table. Facts. We really can't sit down and act like if men got problems with each other, they all sit down and have conversations. I see more men fight each other than women. That's a fact too. Because men are more prone to violence. It's a physical response. Right? But in terms of standing in your frame, men understand because men know we more prone to fighting. Men are like, let me leave that as a last resort. Let me discuss it first, and if we can't agree, then we fight it out. Right? Marlon, he had 25 steps to change his mind. Marley, they both need to go to therapy. That's a fact. At no time he couldn't rethink his actions. Apparently not. El Beige laughs at gender roles. It's interesting. Yes, Neil, emotional management, the provider of peace and comfort. Gender roles exist, right, folks? And we need to stop pretending that if they don't. But I saw some other things further down. We can get to them. We can come back to that. Marley, nope, everyone is in charge of their own emotions. Yeah. Cherish asks, will he know reality this each time, or will he seek to get to the root of his pain? That red table needs to go. Yeah. Put that shit in the yard and burn it. Right? Justin telling you to talk the things. Follow this Justin on YouTube, folks. Marty says I got triggers and I'm single. She's not a good reflection of him, and not good for his mental. Yeah, relationships are reflective. So either Will broken or on the way to being fully, but I think he's broken already. He advertised that on Sunday. So he needs to find somebody who reflects what he is.
He shouldn't find nothing. He shouldn't find nothing before he fine.
Yeah, he need to be off your market for like 10 years, to be honest. Because he's been with her for so long, it's going to take a while to get rid of that toxicity, you know what I mean? Yeah, Aston says he needs to get rid of her. He's just in an unhealthy marriage. For him to accept that toxicity, he has to have some insecurities, abandonment fears, etc. Only an unhealthy man would accept Jada. Bigger Erica in the house, man.
Shout out, Erica.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw Erica, but we wish you a happy birthday last week.
Yeah. LBH is laughing at masculine energy as well. He wanted Jada, but he couldn't deal with Jada's mental instability. Maybe he thinks he has to stay in that relationship. Cut a check and roll, Will. Cut a check and roll. The embarrassment and thing. Shoot, you want scranting? Cut a check and roll. You know what I mean? You can bet about that money. Trust me. When you get rid of Jada, that is like a millstone around your neck at this point. People are gonna be more willing to kind of like deal with you and all, but nobody dealing with that toxicity, and you might flip up on a set and want to beat the writers in makeup. What deal with that there?
But there you get into a lot of hypothesis. Look, Robert Sander, you don't have to go to any other further point. Bill is not in his frame. And I'm not saying she is exclusively responsible for it, but let's be honest. He has no peace in a very important personal part of his life.
Yeah, I saw Roman made a comment later down. I get to eventually, and we come to that. Cherish says he tried to bring in Denzel. That was the moment Willard should have told the devil, aka Jada, to relax. Denzel probably never has to defend his wife because there's probably respect by fans. Believe it. You don't hear Denzel's wife name in nothing. Yeah.
But before you continue, my brother, I knew we would have forgotten something. Keep your private life private.
Yeah, because nobody don't know who Denzel's wife is.
And even if we do, because I know what she looked like. I know
but we ain't knowing
about her. And granted, his wife is not Jada Pinkett Smith, that in her own right has a level of fame. But that does not give you the right to air your dirty laundry in a public forum, because when you do that, you call Chris Rock whatever you believe he is, a great comedian or a pariah. You allow those people, you put a battery in them back to come and make jokes about you and make you feel a type of way. Chris Rock ain't gonna talk about things he don't know about.
Facts. And here's the next, as you say, you've invited the people into your business. I know you've exited there. You know what I mean? You can't open your door, letting people, and then when they're in your house, my G's on bread, you vex, what you want to do on life? You bring me in here. You expose us so now we can see that, hey, you don't move your fridge in 20 years. We can see, shoot, you're doing your chip curtains, dusty, you ain't change them or whatever. You've invited us in so we can see it. And people can comment on it. Yeah? It's not his masculinity. I'm not going up there and attacking another woman who hurt my man. Start defining masculinity in that way, because that's exactly where a lot of men don't talk. No, men do not talk because they realize that their emotions are then weaponized against them. That's why
nobody ain't trying to hear. Nobody ain't trying to hear our emotions. Let's be honest now. As I said earlier in the program, my mom will cry and a meme hit to death.
Correct.
You understand?
Correct.
With the other boy named that cried, Tyrese cried, and everybody meme hit to death. So don't come and talk about how the boy ain't trying to hear what a black man feeling. What do you mean?
Yeah, so this is why we have to, and this is why we have to raise the spaces like this, so that men have the opportunity to say, right? They will discover some stuff about men in this very chat, but they were able to express themselves and get it out, right? Don't have the opportunity otherwise. Men hold a lot and go along, right? Hold a lot and go along. They don't say anything, but because of this space, you see more and more men being able to have the opportunity to say something and say what's on their minds, right?
Hold on. What? Let me hear you one more thing. Who was the person that said, was it a man or woman that said stop defining masculinity as, who was that? That was a man or woman?
LBH. I think
Good.
LBH is a woman.
Good. Do you know they tell us to stop defining femininity from a masculine perspective? So if we can't define femininity, we can't talk about black women. No, we can't even talk about what masculinity is and stop defining masculinity. Like, yo, at some point, people, we have to be allowed to speak and talk about things from our perspective. Men are here telling you how masculinity should work. So for you to tell us not to define masculinity as, I really do not understand. You see, this is the problem here, because y'all talk about men don't speak about their emotions. Men don't, y'all say things like, if, oh, why y'all don't speak, or why y'all don't feel empowered to, or why y'all don't, like, we cannot define anything to do with a man. We can't define anything to do with a woman. So we used to shut up. And we used to take whatever comes down our pipeline. But when women are told about, see you in GIGN 2, we got to defend the black woman. And this is the problem I have with this thing. And this is why spaces like this exist. Because you know what? I am tired of black men not having a voice. I am tired of being told when, how, where, if we should talk or not. I am tired, yo. I am tired. Either we can have a discourse and we can talk things through and we're going to be allowed to bring our points and find some common ground, or we can continue to be in our shells and say, stop defining masculinity as, stop saying, no. No. That's all I can say on that before we get a little too high.
Marlon, there's a queen in the wood ants nest as well. That's funny. Romel, I will say this last thing before I jet people. One, a woman who controls the emotional climate of a household. Sorry, a woman controls the emotional climate of a household. The house goes as a woman does. Look at the Smith kids. And that is very, very important. Why? As Romel says, check the Smith kids in the Smith household.
I didn't want to touch that.
Check Trey in the other household from his first marriage. Yeah, different women, right? So as he says, women control the emotional climate of the household. Very different results, right? And two, we have gotten to a point where traditional gender roles for men are fine, but traditional gender roles for women are beneath them. And I talk about this all the time, the social contract. Yeah, men is to do all the manly things and then turn around and do some of the womanly things too, right? Because we don't want gender roles, right? But that's another topic for another time. We don't want to get into that too much. We want to stay on the issue for the night. But we see all kind of things spilling out of this, right? A lot of things spilling out of this. And traditional gender roles is one of those topics. Because people talking about, oh yeah, he was. Oh, I sent you some stuff. Let me get it on screen here.
Which one?
Wait. I got breaking news. The Lakers
lost.
No.
I'm trying to hear that.
No. 11th players.
Hold on a minute there. I see something here in the chat, right, that I got to talk about, right? Now, LBH, you say, so this is the agree with one space. Got it. You're incorrect. Ask anybody that's ever been in this space. This is not a don't agree with me space. But what we are not going to tolerate is people feeling as though that we should stifle and curtail what we say to appease to other people because it sounds like it's too harsh or anything like that. I'm not saying to agree with us. I say it all the time. You feel the first person to disagree with us. Erica does disagree with us. People come in this space and disagree with us. You can't disagree with us. That is fine. So All I want this to be said is that at the end of the day, we have to appreciate that there is a masculine way of doing things as we as men define it. Shoot, as the Webster Dictionary defines it. And what we are saying is, at the end of the day, let us understand that this is a space where the world is telling us to curtail our language and to change our words and to define and not define. You understand? That's what the world tells us. And at some point, we need to be heard. You understand? So at the end of the day, I am not saying that you cannot disagree with us. That's not what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, men are telling you how we define masculinity.
All right.
And I see Marley say, we can't relax because we're in a fucked up place. You understand, right? You understand that every day we are told, we are, first things first, we are held to a higher standard than anyone else. Anyone else, we are held to a standard. We have to be accountable every step of the way. We cannot shirk that. Y'all misunderstand each other, but I think it's still an issue to know that we are also being told how to do. And that's the point. No, well, we may be misunderstanding each other, and that's fine. I am willing to have the discourse. Maybe I'm a bit too emotionally charged right now, and I will take a step back. But what I will say is, every day, we men are, I have been told how to be a man by women at every level of my life, whether directly or indirect. Right? We are told how to move, how to be, how not to be, etc. We are held to account on a standard that is beyond reproach. And I feel like nobody else can be told and move like women just move how they want. Women just talk how they want, say what they want, talk the loudest, say exactly and move how they want. But as soon as a man stands up for himself, or as soon as a man says, okay, this is not how he's here or whatever, we about to get cancelled. We about to be told, no, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. What gives you the right? And you know what, Elbage, you are right. I am coming from a very sensitive place because I am frustrated as a man and as a black man of always being told I can't be a man. Not how I see it. Not how I want to move, as how I represent being a man. I'm tired because you can't tell the woman no to be a woman. You cannot advise a woman or speak on anything to do with a woman. But everybody feel like it's free to tell a black man how to move and how to be. They're just tired. And I'm speaking from a place of frustration because people are defending Will Smith as if Will Smith now put on his cape and save every black woman everywhere. And put batteries in women back to look for men like Will Smith to defend them like that. I can't. Not if I got a platform. So, again, LBH, maybe, you know what? I apologize because I am not necessarily seeing the entire context of everything. So I do apologize if I'm coming and misinterpreting what you're saying. If that's the case, I can read through the chat because I'm sure I might have missed something. But at the end of the day, right, I don't mind disagreement. But please let us have a discourse and not it be a one-sided conversation of we have to conform to everybody else, but everybody else could do as they feel like. That's all he's saying. Apologies again, because as I tell you, remember Will Smith slapped that man, I was irate because of how hard it is being a man in today's society and how masculinity is defined and misdefined and appropriated and misappropriated willy-nilly at some points. That's why this is important to me, because masculinity is a very important thing for me as a man. I get called you got to understand, right? We've been called narcissists in this space. And for the life of me, I can't understand how you could look at two men that have in no way pushed that energy or agenda anywhere to be written off as narcissists. And one thing I never liked is somebody calling me something that I am not. Don't insult my intelligence. Anyhow,
Steve says here, being offended is a choice, and because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. Yeah, and that is deep. You know, that's deep. I'm not sure we really trying to catch up and what's happening there. Shout out Carolyn. So I'm gonna saw Carolyn checking
boy.
in.
Carolyn, what's going on? How about y'all?
How
about you and your family, Bill?
Yeah, see. Yeah, I'm not sure what really happened there, how it went off the rails like that. Yeah, and this. I'm not sure what's going on. What went on? I think I lost it a little bit, but let me get into it. But I don't want to get into it because it's late. Folks, what we witnessed the other night, right? Did nobody any favors. Yeah? Nobody came out looking good at the end of it. Not Will, not Chris, not the Academy Awards, not Will Packer. Nobody came out of it looking anyway, right? And we need to be more mindful of the fact that we represent each other, right? When I leave these shores, I represent Barbados. I represent myself, my family, everybody first. I represent Barbados. I represent Black people. I represent Caribbean people. And we need to pay more attention, be more mindful of that fact, right? That is just a fact, right? I saw they had a little back and forth there in terms of catering to everybody and stuff like that. And men cater to women all the time. So I don't understand why women catering to men is such a big deal, right? I really don't. I don't see the issue with it. With regard to the whole femininity and masculinity thing, you're right. Nobody can define what a woman is supposed to be or a woman is, but everybody wants to say what men are supposed to be, right? And that's unfortunate because well, not unfortunate. That's not the word I want to use. That is that double standard, that one-way traffic that we get, right? And that is the unfortunate part, right? We so much concentrating on a lot of things, fighting a cause that doesn't need to be fought. We're fighting. Other communities don't have these problems, right? The women that don't want to, cater to their men or whatever, they're just ignored. Nobody fighting with them for that, they're just ignored. But, I see a lot of attitudes come out, oh, I ain't catering to this body and then I ain't doing that for this body. But you want somebody to do something for you. You know what I mean? I say it all the time in my interactions with females. Sure. Be nice to me, I can be nice to you. I can start there, I can be nice to you. But if you can't be nice to me, right? Well, that can be a problem. Well, it ain't gonna be a problem. It can just be that, It can just be that. We leave it there. Right? We got to get a firm grasp on what is acceptable and what's not acceptable, right? And we need to recognize that some of the things we call toxic masculinity, those are things that come along with being a man. Because guess what? when, as I say, when the barbarian at the gate, those are the things you want. Yeah? Those are the things you want. When somebody kind of breaking your house, or you want that fighter to kick in then. You want that toxic masculinity to kick in then. Yeah? You want somebody to represent you in a physical manner. Having said that, when you go on your 3-piece suit to go and accept an award for your hard work, the crowning moment of your career, that is not the time to choose violence when you yourself are not in any physical danger. That is what needs to be pointed out here. Neither Will nor his wife were in any physical danger, and they initiated violence. Well, sorry, let me not say it there. Yeah, they are not doing this. Will initiated violence. And that is unacceptable. And we need to call a thing a thing. That is unacceptable. Especially when we come into an event that we weren't invited to before. Or we were, you and your wife boycott it when they get invited back, and then you think your thank you speech, now you gotta be crying and telling people you who are the academy invite you back again. If they don't, would you blame them? If they don't, would you blame them? If they say, you know what, I use Will Smith. This is Will Smith, Jack. They say a man fit like Curtis Jackson, who is a gangster, a former gangster rapper. This ain't 50 Cent. This is Will Smith. A man don't even cuss any rap songs. And this is what we did at the Oscars. Yeah? Are you saying no man ever protected you? Like, funny stuff. Funny stuff. We'll deal with the toxicity another time. Before we get out of here, folks, I want to share some stuff that we would have seen, that I would have seen in the aftermath of all this. So we got a video there, so I want you to run on screen. This video is hilarious. We got my man Ian Griffith, my man son. He sent me this video. Yes, I had to bring this one out. So check a watch here. Hold a watch.
Here we go.
Rules. They got rules. Like he has a rule. The bass player, he got a rule. He got to wax his head every morning. That's a rule. He follows the rules, man. He follows the rules. Oh, these are jokes. Come on. See, you got too into the characters and got hurt.
Different time, I guess.
Yeah, you know, that's the internet for you. Yeah, that's the internet. The internet does not forget. So we got some other stuff here. Let me get some. We can share the ones we saw. These are the comments we would have found on social media and stuff like that. We're gonna share them with you, and then we're gonna do these serious ones first, and then we can get into the more hilarious fear after these ones, right?
So which ones you want? You
got unpopular personal opinion here.
Right. Screen. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Senate podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Dislike, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Most importantly, share. And let's, as hard, as soft as the conversation is, they need to be hard, right? Even if I get upset and I fly off the handle, I still want people to have this discussion. Because at the end of the day, we have no choice but to get to the bottom of it. Which one you said was there? The unpopular opinion?
Yeah.
All right, let me. Well, right. Unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Unpopular personal opinion. This is just one more nail Jada has put in Will's coffin. No, Chris was completely out of pocket and that joke was insensitive. However, and I have said this many, many times, there's something about Jada that makes Will a usually measured, jovial, even-tempered, if a little extra fellow, very emotionally unstable. His reaction was not knee-jerk. That is important, folks. It was not knee-jerk. This was a decision after seeing his wife's own reaction. While I firmly believe any good man should go to bat and always cover and defend his family, there are ways to do this. Will was going to be the man of the hour regardless. He could have addressed it in his speech with the hungry press, a tweet. I mean, so many avenues to channel the disdain, but that Jada, girl, please release this man so he can find someone who can love and appreciate him, quirks and all. Then we got another one here, Will Smith. At this point,
oh dear, so many. Give me 1 second. Let me see.
let me help you out.
Here we go. Got it here. So, all right. Yes, sir. Here you go.
All right. Will Smith at this point is completely broken. He is not the bad guy here. Jada is pulling all the strings. She broke down his masculinity on television during a talk show about why she cheated on him. Her excuse was, if he loved me enough, he would have known. I think that Will Smith wholeheartedly did not care about the joke Chris Rock made at the Oscars, but Jada looks over at Will once the camera pans away, as if to say, if you don't stand up for me, this is where I cheated. Keep toxic women out of your life because it can turn nice dudes into monsters. Yeah, you got another one there for me?
Let me see here. Oh, I see the next one you want. Hold on 1 second. Let me get the screen here. This one here, so is the one where Will Smith is a prime example.
Yeah, Will Smith is a prime example of why you never take a cheating woman back. Look at how insecure he acted. Jada emasculated this man in front of the world. On his big Grammy award-winning night, he put his reputation at risk in an effort to regain his masculinity. Very foolish.
Next one here, so you got Jackie Hill Perry. I went to bed thinking about Chris.
She says, I went to bed thinking about Chris. That man got open hand slapped, top tier disrespect in front of the world, and remained professional, even humorous. That takes incredible humility, self-control for any man, let alone a human, to not get their lick back.
This is the one from Ayala.
Iyanla Van Zant. She says, beloved, Will Smith has set a whole new standard for what it means to protect and honor your wife. Be mindful. And in the midst of it, beloved Mr. Will Packer did an amazingly phenomenal job producing this year's Oscars. Yes to the Wills. Ladies and gents, that is folly. I was going to say something else, but I'll leave it at folly. Foolishness and effery, if I would say. That's really what it is. Do not think that is not how you behave, right? And talking about protection. That is not how we behave and talk about protection, right? And defending black women. And here's the thing, black women, if you want some defense, shoot, how about, using that S word that we like to talk about. But anyhow. So we got some entertaining ones that we're going to bring for you now.
The entertaining ones. You didn't send them
even
to
some
me?
from right here. Yeah, it coming at you here, so
you send them
Fast and Furious here.
Oh no, not this Joker. Oh no. Oh no, this first one give me kicker.
Yeah, so let me go.
Yes. Oh, come on. Screen. Right, so we
got Jussie Smollett on screen.
Yeah, he's on screen.
Saying that Will Smith hit me too. How Jussie goes.
Right. and then let me get the next one here on screen. Oh no, there's that one there on screen. Yep.
We got Will August.
August, man.
Yeah, keep my wife's name out your mouth. August is like our wife.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Great. Then we got this one here. So Chris
Clapback.
Yeah.
If Chris clapback with "She's everyone's wife," that would have probably ended cataclysmically. Probably would have.
This one here. So the patron saint.
The patron saint.
If you don't hit me,
if you don't hit him, I'm gonna cheat on you again.
Yeah, and then we have get this one screen. Wait.
Yeah, they're on the red table talk.
Wait, hold on. Let me get it. Here we go. Yeah, you on screen.
Why you ain't slap August? Or Og, rather.
Oggy doggy, man. We get this other one here on screen. Right. This one here is the Andy Garfield one.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield texts the other Peter Parkers to see if Will Smith slapped Chris Rock in their universes too.
That's.
I tell you, the internet had a field day with this ish.
Let me see here. What's this next one here? No, the next one here is this one. That one on screen. Will, I'm not impressed. Tupac.
Will, I'm not impressed. Tupac would have ended it.
Will Smith, man. Let that man live. And then we got this one here. So with the two of them standing next to one another.
Yeah.
You never talk.
So folks, please remember, you never talk about a man's wife. You can F her all you want, but you never talk about her here.
This next. So is this one here. Will with people's when people sleep with his wife.
Will Smith when people sleep with his wife. Will Smith when people joke about his wife. Two very different expressions. And then we did a short from our guy Sinister Sam. We did a short for him a couple weeks ago. And he says that can't just be pizza. Jada is a 3-hole champion. Frank says if your pizza that good, I want it. Yeah.
Boy, wait, hold on. Let me get the other one on the screen here. No. This one here. So is here. This one's Frankie Lee.
Yeah. Frankie Lee. Will Smith's marriage is open to everything except jokes. I told you guys the internet had a field day.
You got more?
Stay with it. No. You're saying that Chris Rock's team shut down the apology. Let me send that to you right now.
They shut down the apology?
Yeah, they shut down the apology that's circulating. That's not from them.
Oh, no.
Yeah?
I was hoping
Chris Rock has not yet issued a statement.
Get on screen.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're on screen right now.
He is not yet issued a statement. There's a statement went around purporting to be from Rock that is not from him or his team. It's one that starts as a comedian. It can be difficult to understand, etc., etc. I too got that. I saw that one. And yeah, that is not a thing, folks. So this thing is still very much up in the air. You don't know how it's going to go. Charges may not be filed, but hey, suits may be drawn up.
Yeah? Not the same suits the nice fine suits that those gentlemen had on that
night. In a tree.
Because I had Will tie. That's the upsetting part about it. My tie was I like my black tie. Anyhow, as we wrap up, I will say this, right? I think that it is important to understand that as we have these conversations and we have open, honest discussion to get to the result of what we're trying to get to, which is a understanding between men and women, in getting some sort of understanding of why there's a disconnect. We can have charged emotions and we will sometimes not necessarily see eye to eye, but it is important that we hold respect for each other and that we continue to have these discussions, right? And I mean from a standpoint of, if you fully believe that these two men are talking other shit, then as Derek said, don't water their plants, right? But if you're willing to have these discussions where you can obviously tell that there's something wrong, they got pee in the pool, if you realize that something is out of whack, we will have charged and high emotion conversations, and that is fine, right? I say that to say, ladies and gentlemen, that I appreciate everyone that comes into this space. I appreciate all opinions that come, even if sometimes it's make me want to hit my head through a wall. At the end of the day, it gives me some understanding of how to either tailor what I say and getting my message over, or giving me food for thought to think about certain things. I think what, if again, as a man that's look at a glass half full, of the two of us, I am the more optimistic of things. And I would say that what the only the positive too that I see coming out of this Will Smith situation is that it forces us to take a look at certain dynamics within the Black community, the Black relationship, how Black men are supposed to move and behave, and how sometimes you may feel like hitting somebody to set boundaries, but you cannot hit people to set boundaries. That's simply not the world that we have designed. So I think that I and myself taking away that I feel good to know that the conversation is being had, and whether we agree or disagree, I look forward to having more discussions with the same people that came in the chat today, whether in person or online or here. I appreciate it, and yeah, I just want to understand it, man, because as y'all could tell, I'm frustrated as a Black man. I'm frustrated as a man that every day and through my experiences and through ways God go through, I gotta be a man by what society deems me to be a man. But you know what I mean? Sometimes being a man is, it don't look like getting out there and doing yard work and, you know, all the other tropes, just like how I am sure y'all being a woman does not look like cooking and cleaning, which I appreciate. But anyhow, can't talk about it to death. Yeah. We can't solve it all tonight. It's a Rubik's Cube, and we can, I don't know if we can solve it in our generation, but hopefully it's food for thought.
Is it? Hey, look at the chat. Hey, say some stuff. It's very interesting.
But,
see, very interesting comments. Marley saying that Jada isn't fake. That's Will's problem. He wears a mask of a good guy when he ain't. But here's the thing: we don't know. We know what has been. We know what Jada has revealed, and she has never once revealed explicitly that, hey, Will did whatever. We know for a fact.
It's a fountain of information.
Just saying, right? So, yeah, this body might not be a saint, and this Will ain't a saint, she ain't a saint. Yeah, we know for a fact that she ain't. We speculating that he's not, right? But we know how it's coming as equivocation, and you want to try to kind of dipsy doodle, and you know, one body can't take all the blame. You know, I get it. Again, what is accountability? You know. Anyhow, folks, this has been another night episode of the Senate. It's been great here to be with you all the time. We appreciate it. Tune in on Thursday. We're gonna have another live stream again at 8 o'clock. Suspect is gonna be some spinning out of this because we got a lot to talk about coming out of this, and should be interesting again. Gonna be good stuff. You know, the usual thing. Me and Larry don't make up the rules. We just make sure you know what they are. You can ignore reality all you want. Will is trying to ignore some realities. You can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality, right? Be the best version of you for you. We can see you guys again soon. Look up for a short coming tomorrow. Stay safe out there, guys. Remember,
the contaminated environment. In the tutus about that.
We can see y'all again soon.